ABC's Wide World of Sports is live at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the third running of the Brickyard 400. Stock cars on the world's most famous speedway. Considered Dale Earnhardt. Just 6 days ago, he was in a horrific accident at Talladega. Flipped end over end. He broke his collarbone. He broke his sternum. The next day, he was climbing back into a race car. The plan here is for him to start the race so he can get the points. What about it, Jerry Punch?
Well, incredibly, Paul, this Intimidator has climbed aboard this car. Dale's incredible courage here, given the fact that you got the fractures, the broken collarbone and the sternum. How do you feel, and how do you plan to play it?
I'll just play it by ear, really. I'm going to run as long as I can, or either to the first caution. As soon as we get a caution, I'll get out of it. Hopefully, with no trouble. Maybe there'll be a Jacques debris caution. Maybe a little debris on the track or something, but if we can get a caution, it'd be good for us. You know, I don't know how long I can stand this.
You see Dale in the car. He has a patch here over the left collarbone that's broken. He has a stimulator inside to try to take some of the pain away. Incredible that he is actually able to get in the race car at all, Paul.
Yeah, there are a lot of those that think he may be the winner before this day is over. Now, let's go to the two who will call the race for us today.
Well, race fans, we are ready now for the start of the third Brickyard 400. And it is an honor to present President Emeritus of the Board of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the matriarch of the Hallman George family, Mrs. Mary Fendrick Hallman.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Those famous words.
So now the cars are all set and ready to go as we're waiting for them to pull out. There's Jeff Gordon's car, and we'll take a look at the starting field. On the pole, of course, Jeff Gordon, the winner of the first Brickyard 400. Mark Martin's alongside, looking for his first win of 96. Lake Speed, who hasn't won since 88, is in the second row with Kenny Schrader, the teammate to the pole sitter alongside. In row 3, it's Bobby Hillen. He'll have to move to the rear of the field in his backup car after a wreck yesterday. And Joe Nemechek. In row 4, it's Bill Elliott and Rick Mass, the pole sitter for the first Brickyard 400. Row 5, Terry Labonte and Greg Sachs. In row 6, Sterling Marlin and Dale Earnhardt. The 7th row, Kyle Petty and Johnny Benson, one of only 2 drivers making his first start at the Brickyard. The 8th row is Ernie Irvin and Hut Strickland. In the 9th row, Rusty Wallace, who finished second here last year, and Wally Dallenbach Jr. The 10th row, Jeremy Mayfield, as the poles begin to pull away, and Jimmy Spencer. In the 11th row, Ted Musgrave and Brett Bodine, who finished second in this race 2 years ago. In row 12, Bobby Labonte and Dale Jarrett. The 13th row, Dick Trickle and Gary Bradbury. In row 14, John Andretti and Jeff Burton. 15 is Jeff Bodine and Michael Waldrop. The 16th is Kenny Wallace and Ward Burton. In the 17th row, Darrell Waldrop and Robert Presley. Row 18, Ricky Rudd and Derek Cope. The 19th row, Bobby Hamilton and Morgan Shepherd. And the provisional starters are Ricky Craven and Dave Marcus. Now let's go to Jerry Punch.
While reigning Super Truck champion for NASCAR, Mike Skinner has the unenviable task of trying to fill Earnhardt's seat when he climbs out of the car, if he climbs out of the car. Mike, first of all, do you think he'll get out?
Oh, yeah, he'll be out in just a little bit. We're going to try to make it to the first caution, but, you know, his shoulder hurts quite a bit. There's no sense in him staying in that car and hurting himself any worse. He gets out, he'll have a little more time to mend.
What's your role here today? Do you try to collect points for the team toward that championship, or can you go out and try to win the race?
Well, the first 3 quarters of the race, we need to collect points. We need to be there at the end, whether we're last place or, you know, 20th or whatever.
Bobby Hamilton joined the back of the field because of their crashes yesterday during practice. The starter looks them over. We are moments away from the green flag. And there it is. The third Brickyard 400 is underway from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
It'll take Earnhardt long to down to the inside.
2x2 through corner number 1, over into turn 2. Jeff Gordon shows the way over Mark Martin as they go into the backstretch. Everybody appears to be okay through the south end of the racetrack, and now they head down the 5/8 of a mile back straightaway, and Mark Martin takes a look to the inside of Jeff Gordon. Can he make a challenge? A tight battle there into turn number 3, but Gordon holds on to the lead, and now challenges continue from Mark Martin.
Mark wants to lead this first lap. You can tell by his aggressive manner. He wanted to come back first, will not be able to do it. Jeff Gordon will lead.
And look at this, 4 abreast in back of Jeff Gordon, but he leads another lap. He has led 129 now of the 321 laps in the first 2. The first 3 now, Brickyard 400s. We have been experiencing electrical problems all morning long. We had a huge power failure here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway about an hour and a half ago, and we're still having results of that, so bear with us. We may have occasional problems, but
crash over here in 2, crash in 2, crash over here in 2.
There's Bobby Hillen, who crashed yesterday. Ricky Craven is involved. There we see Dave Marcus on the inside. The green and blue car is Dave Marcus.
So the accident occurred at the back of the field, and Dave Marcus is ready to pull away. We wonder if Dale Earnhardt will be coming in now. Of course, they have to bunch up the pack before the pit area is open. When that happens, Dale Earnhardt may come in and get relief from Mike Skinner. Here's a replay. Looks like Robert Presley was the first to go around.
Robert Presley, Bobby Hillen in the 77. There's another one. And there Presley goes around. And the 41 car also spins. That's Ricky Craven.
I'm not so sure that didn't help the situation.
I got you. Here's Earnhardt down pit road. Jerry Punchy's coming to you.
And Benny, at 55 miles an hour, he will come down and just radio and say, hey, the car feels comfortable. Tell Skinner he's going to have a fine ride today here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 7-time Winston Cup champion, defending winner of the Brickyard 400, will come in the crew and will put gas and driver change. That's all we're going to do. Gas it and driver change. Earnhardt wanted to start the race, would like to have run all day. The crew tried to convince him not to. They said he stayed up last night and watched Clint Eastwood movies, thinking he might change his mind and try to stay in the car. No, he's going to come out and get healed for next week at Watkins Glen. Earnhardt out of the car. He will come across the wall. Mike Skinner, and listen to this crowd go wild as Earnhardt climbs out of the car. And Mike Skinner is in the car. As they're watching Mike get buckled in, Dale, the car pretty comfortable to you? Car pretty comfortable to you, Dale? He's watching Skinner get buckled in the car. Listen to what they're telling Mike Skinner, making sure that Mike is getting completely buckled in. Dale takes the helmet off. The car has been refired. Dale making sure that Skinner gets in the car. The critical element here is that they do not lose a lap. They wanted to make sure that they would not lose a lap in the pits here. As Skinner now still trying to get buckled in. Finally gets the shoulder harness on. They put the window net back up. Trying to get the window net class. They have it full of fuel. And they have given the signal. The car's in turn 4. Let's see if we can get a quick comment from Dale here as he gets his champ. Did the car feel okay to you out there?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see the disappointment on his face. Obviously not very comfortable. The pain in his face as he pulled that stimulator off his shoulder. A very, very uncomfortable and a very unhappy former Winston Cup champion.
Benny, I think it's as much emotion as anything, don't you?
I do too. I mean, Earnhardt, as I said, he wanted to win this for the second straight time.
And back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Jeff Gordon has just gotten into serious trouble coming off at turn 4. Slapped out to the wall, and now with a fire burning under the rear of the car, he heads into the pits. Bob, Benny, Danny?
Unbelievable situation here, Benny, as the young man from Pittsboro, Indiana, comes limping into the pits. Jack?
And he is not going to stop on pit road. They are going to bring it right into the garage. They think it got into the fuel pump, and that's it for young Jeff Gordon, 24 years of age. The crew grabs it as he makes the long turn.
And
they've got a little carburetor fire underneath. They're going to get Jeff out of the car. Ray Evernham is here to help him.
And
there is a pass for the lead, guys. Back to you. We'll get with Jeff in a minute.
Lake Speed takes the lead as the caution flag comes out here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Let's watch. Jeff Gordon is going in turn 3. He goes down low, and all of a sudden it looks like the right front tire lost the air. And like Jimmy Spencer did the very first race here, almost identical spot, he hits the wall. Is that turn 3 or the 4?
It's between 3 and 4.
It's turn 4 that he actually hit the wall.
Yeah.
And he's knocked the fuel pump off, as Jack alluded to, and that's the fire that we see under the car. And there's the debris. See some stuff falling off the car. That's why NASCAR threw the field.
Ken Schrader, prior to today, had led 2 laps in the Brickyard 400, but now takes the green flag as the leader. Sterling Marlin, Bill Elliott, Kyle Petty, Terry Labonte and Johnny Benson are behind him. Benson took a look to the inside of Labonte. They're going into turn number 1. On board, Johnny Benson. One of only 2 rookies in this race, and certainly the man who will win Rookie of the Year honors in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series this year. Again, takes a look to the inside of Terry Labonte as they reach the end of the backstretch.
Time here, Benson. Oh, there we see a battle for the lead. Sterling Marlin under Kenny Schrader takes the lead. Kenny makes it to the start-finish line, and Elliott on the inside. And the whole line is now lining up to try to get by Kenny Schrader.
We may see Schrader lose several positions here. He's going to fall back into 4th spot from 1st to 4th in just the length of the front straightaway as Sterling Marlin takes over command of this race. Bill Elliott is in 2nd spot. Fine run for Kyle Petty, who lines up 3rd as the cars come off the back, the 2nd turn down the backstretch, and fan out 3-4 wide.
And look at Terry Labonte. Johnny Benson has gotten by now. Several other cars trying to get by. Could Labonte have a problem? And Sterling Marlin has lost the lead to Bill Elliott, and also Kyle Petty's moved in to 2nd place. There goes Schrader back by.
Wow, a lot of positions being changed here in the early going.
Look at that.
And Bill Elliott will get credit for leading this lap. Johnny Benson looks racy. We're riding with him as he goes into 1. He's going to try to get the spot from Sterling Marlin. Oh, the cars are so close.
Careful, boys, careful.
Benson has to get the left side tires way down below the white line, but he gets the job done.
Gets the job done. Johnny Benson, the Pennzoil Pontiac.
Running in 15. Rusty Wallace driving a Penske chassis. Now Kyle Petty is ready to take the lead, and they go into the corner side by side. Kyle comes out of the corner with the advantage, and Ken Schrader is going to go to 2nd.
And Benson tries his best, and he'll take the spot away. Move Elliott back to 4th place in 1 corner, and look at Benson trying to get on the inside of Schrader, and is going to do it.
Wow, Johnny Benson in the Pennzoil Pontiac is taking 2nd position.
Right now we have 2 Pontiacs in front. Very seldom this year have we had 2 Pontiacs up front.
Kyle Petty has never led here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He is right now. What's going on, Benny? I mean, there for a while we saw single file lap after lap, and now everybody is crazy out there.
Well, I think Mark Martin was pulling those guys along as fast as they could run, and right now, here goes Benson.
Let's see if Johnny can get the lead from Kyle Petty. They're over in turn 3, and yes, indeed, Johnny Benson, the rookie in NASCAR Winston Cup, takes command of the richest race in NASCAR, the Brickyard 400.
But Mark Martin has moved up to 5th place. There he is.
Still having some great competition. It's a little further back in the pack than it was right there at the front. But these guys are just nose to tail sliding it through here, throwing up dirt. It's fabulous watching this.
Uh-oh, Kyle Petty.
And he takes out Sterling Marlin.
And Mark Martin somehow gets by, and Kyle's going in the wall head on.
Oh, terrific impact for Kyle Petty.
Boy, that was a big hit.
Crashes in turn 4. It comes as the field was coming down to complete lap number 38. As to what happened as Petty was coming out of corner number 4.
Looked like exactly the same thing as Jeff Gordon, just lost the air in the right front tire. And Sterling Marlin had no place to go. And look at Mark Martin. How he gets by is beyond me. But now Kyle's car, the accelerator, I think, is hung. He has no brakes. And bam, into the inside wall almost head on.
And from another angle on our camera from the Tower Terrace, the car just shoots straight to the wall.
You guys, I agree with you. That looked like something went down like a tire, and I wonder if that's coming from just all the stuff we're seeing, all the grass. If it's pulling up any gravel off this track, that they're having a tire problem with punctures.
And now from Sterling Marlin's perspective, looking out the back glass. And he was just an innocent victim of Kyle Petty's situation up there in turn number 4. And the...
Look at that. Oh, man. I bet Robert Yates can't even watch. He's hiding under a toolbox somewhere back there. There we see Morgan Shepherd has called Mark Martin battling for 4th spot. Meanwhile, back up front.
The pursuit continues. Dale Jarrett locked on the back bumper.
In to go. The only way he can get you is if he gets under you. Be smart. Be smooth.
Good advice there from Larry McReynolds, saying the only way he can pass you is to allow him to get under you, and Dale is trying to do that very thing.
He is trying.
Look at that.
Did Ernie get a little sideways coming off that corner, Danny?
He sure looked like a little bit. He was moving the car, but I couldn't tell whether it was actually sideways or just trying to look in his mirrors and block Dale.
Something happened to get Dale Jarrett off the throttle because we see he lost a car link to Ernie Irvin in that short chute.
But he closes up once again as he is in the north short chute now.
I tell you what, Terry Labonte is not going away. He's hanging back there about a second behind these two cars.
He's about a second behind.
Time to go, spotters. That 29 car's up there. We don't need him nowhere near us.
That's telling you, hey, go tell the 29 spotter. Tell them that we're coming. Get out of the way. Give us the racetrack.
The 29 car, of course, is Greg Sachs. 9 laps to go.
Benny, when they give them or ask for that, are they pretty good about it? Will they tell the 29 car to move?
Yes. Yes, they normally, the spotter for the 29 car will say, look, we've got the leaders coming, so be sure and don't get in the way. There we see Robert Yates.
He's biting the lip. Watching his 2 drivers run first and second.
That's Larry McReynolds right behind him. Reaching for the 28 car.
Hey, as nervous as he's got to be, it's got to be a great feeling, though, having your cars run 1-2 like this on the Brickyard 400.
Ain't to go. Just be smooth.
Almost every lap, the word is be smooth.
Drops back about a car length or two.
Spotters getting to them cars early now. We need them completely out of the way, spotters.
Looks like he lays back to try to get a run down the straightaway. He almost got it that time.
He almost was ready to make the move and pulled back behind Ernie Irvin.
Oh, and Kenny Wallace has hit. Looks like he's blown up. I don't know if he's hit the wall or not.
He's down on the apron.
I think he just blew up.
No contact. Car just showing a lot of smoke. Will we go caution? No indication yet. The leaders come by. The green remains out.
Benny, I don't know if he blew up because he had the smoke coming out of the
Oh, here we go. For the lead. For the lead.
Jarrett goes to the inside in the second corner and comes out with the lead.
Kind of a little high. I think I can get him back by. 10-4, bud. 10-4. Just be smooth. 6 to go when you get back.
Yeah, Ernie.
Now, if they can get by him on the straightaway and not impede the progress, they should be okay. He's moving over. Jared moved over to get a little draft off of him. And Brett Bodine backs off, lets both cars have the corner.
Brett Bodine running in 23rd position is the last car on the lead lap.
Guys, they're over here. When they come through turn 2, they're driving these things for everything they're worth. I mean, they're sliding inside out in the dirt. It is fantastic.
The crowd on its feet. In 2 more laps, they'll know who wins the Brickyard 400. Everyone standing, cheering for his favorite driver. Oh, Jarrett way up by the wall there in the short chute.
He's using it all, isn't he, Danny?
He is using it all, and I think his line's getting better. He's taking a later entry. I think it's a better way to go. We got a little crash.
Robert Presley has crashed at the north end of the racetrack at the entrance to pit road. And the caution comes out. We're going to end this event under caution, it would appear. So this will be the race to the flag, really, determining the winner. Dale Jarrett is coming through corner number 3.
Here he comes.
Corner 4, the caution flag waves, but there's just 1 more lap to go, and Dale Jarrett is going to win it. Dale Jarrett has won the Brickyard 400. Although we've got 1 more lap to go.
Ernie apologized to his crew, said he'll let you down. There's the pace car.
He's going to be the winner.
So did Cale Yarborough at Daytona. Remember when he and Richard Petty raced back to the line to the caution flag, and Richard won the race? Well, Cale quit, but there was another lap to go. Oh, Dale understands there's another lap to go.
Pace car leads them off the 4th corner as the track crew is there at the Robert Presley car that crashed off of corner number 4. And very slowly, as the Camaro pace car leads them down, the checkered flag is waving, and now it is official. Dale Jarrett has won the 3rd Brickyard 400 under caution. And for Dale Jarrett, it is his 7th NASCAR Winston Cup career win. We'll return to the Brickyard 400 after this message.
Pretty soon he's going to be getting out of the car to over 300,000 people's applause. And he is going to do the tap dance on the roof. DJ. You know, he said this was his dream, to win at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Brickyard 400.